The Little Turtle's Dream. Once upon a time, in a quiet corner of a vast, ancient forest, there lay a small, shimmering pond that reflected the changing colors of the sky. The pond was alive with gentle ripples, the soft murmur of water over smooth stones, and the whisper of leaves dancing in the breeze. This tranquil oasis was home to many creatures, but none were quite as thoughtful and observant as a gentle turtle named Toby. Toby was no ordinary turtle. With his dark, mottled shell and kind, reflective eyes, he moved slowly along the pond's edge, always taking his time to notice even the subtlest details of nature. Each morning, as the first light of dawn painted the sky in soft hues of pink and gold, Toby would emerge from his cozy hideaway beneath a large water lily. He would stretch his limbs, shake off the dew, and gaze upward with wonder. For while his world was peaceful and steady, Toby's heart was filled with a secret longing to experience the vast, open sky, to feel the exhilaration of flight, and to see the world from a perspective he could only imagine. Every day, as Toby ambled along the grassy banks, he would watch the colorful birds flit gracefully above. They soared effortlessly, riding warm currents of air, their wings moving in a dance as old as time. Their joyful chirps and melodic songs filled Toby with both admiration and a tinge of envy. How wonderful it must be, he thought, to rise above the trees, to glide on the wind, and to behold the forest from high above. And so, hidden deep within his heart, a dream began to blossom, a dream of one day joining the birds in the sky. Life at the pond was gentle and familiar. The water was cool and inviting, and the surrounding forest was a mosaic of vibrant wildflowers, towering oaks, and whispering willows. Yet, even in this idyllic setting, Toby's curiosity grew. He began to wonder if perhaps, with the help of a friend or two, he might find a way to experience the magic of flight, even if only for a brief moment. One balmy afternoon, as Toby settled onto his favorite sun-warmed rock, he confided his secret wish to his dear friend Lily, a wise and cheerful frog who lived on a bright green lily pad. "Lily," Toby began softly, "I have watched the birds every day, and I long to know what it feels like to fly. I want to see the world from up high, even if only for a little while." Lily's large, gentle eyes shimmered with sympathy and encouragement. "Toby, you are one of the kindest souls I know," she croaked reassuringly, "and sometimes the universe has a way of making dreams come true when we least expect it. Your steady heart and brave spirit may yet take you to the skies." Unbeknownst to Toby, his wistful words had traveled on the breeze to the ears of Bella, a small bluebird known for her delicate wings and compassionate heart. Bella had always admired Toby from afar. Every time she flew by, she would pause to watch him slowly make his way along the pond's edge, marveling at his gentle nature and the quiet wisdom in his eyes. That day, moved by Toby's longing, Bella fluttered down from her favorite branch and landed gracefully beside him. "Hello, dear Toby," Bella chirped softly, her voice as gentle as the morning dew. "I couldn't help but overhear your wish. Would you like to experience a taste of the sky?" Toby's eyes widened with both surprise and hope as Bella continued, "My friends and I have been talking, and we believe that, together, we can help you feel the wind in a way you've never known before. We may not be able to give you wings like ours, but perhaps we can offer you a moment where you can rise and see the world from a different perspective." Toby felt his heart lift at Bella's words. Though he knew that a turtle's body was meant for swimming and wandering on solid ground, the thought of a shared adventure filled him with an excitement he had never known. "Oh, Bella," he replied, his voice trembling with both nervousness and delight, "I've dreamed of this for so long. I would be honored to try, even if only for a little while." And so, with gentle determination and the promise of friendship, Bella gathered her fellow birds, a lively assembly of robins, finches, and even a wise old crow, to help make Toby's dream come true. The birds set to work, carefully gathering soft vines, thin strips of fragrant leaves, and even a few spider silk threads that glistened in the sun. Their goal was to craft a lightweight harness, one that could embrace Toby's sturdy shell without causing him discomfort, and one that could perhaps lend him a fleeting moment of flight. The creation of the harness was a delicate task. The birds worked in harmony, chirping encouraging words to one another as they twisted and weaved the natural materials into a snug but gentle support. Bella took special care to ensure that every strand was secure and that the harness would not restrict Toby's movements on land or in the water. After several hours of careful craftsmanship, the harness was complete, a beautiful, intricate network of nature's finest threads, adorned with tiny petals and glistening dewdrops. At long last, on a crisp morning when the air was filled with the promise of a new day, Bella and her friends gathered around the pond. The sun hung low in the sky, casting golden rays over the water, and a gentle breeze rustled through the leaves. With kind smiles and careful precision, the birds helped Toby fasten the harness around his broad, mottled shell. Toby, though nervous, felt a surge of hope as he looked into the encouraging eyes of his new friends. "I am ready," he murmured softly. The plan was simple yet daring. The birds would flap their wings in unison to generate a steady updraft that might lift Toby, just enough to let him feel the wonder of the sky. With a few powerful flutters, Bella led the charge. One by one, the birds took to the air, their wings beating a joyful rhythm that echoed across the pond. Slowly, a gentle current began to form, a warm, uplifting breeze that seemed to cradle Toby in its embrace. At first, Toby felt only a slight lift, as if he were being gently nudged upward by the caring push of nature. But as the birds worked together, the breeze grew stronger, and Toby began to rise. His sturdy legs dangled momentarily above the soft grass, and for a fleeting instant, he felt as if he were floating among the clouds. The world around him transformed into a wondrous tapestry of green and blue, a breathtaking panorama of the forest, the pond, and the hills beyond. Time seemed to slow as Toby experienced this magical moment. He could see the tops of ancient trees swaying in the wind, the glimmer of distant streams reflecting the sunlight, and even the joyful splashes of water as fish leaped in the pond. His heart swelled with a mixture of amazement and gratitude. For a few precious moments he soared, carried by the collective spirit of his feathered friends and the gentle breath of the earth. Yet, as the birds flapped with tireless determination, they soon realized that a turtle's form, built for the steady embrace of water and land, was not meant for endless flight. With great care and coordination, the birds gradually lessened their efforts, easing the powerful updraft until it gently guided Toby back toward the familiar ground. The descent was smooth and tender, and before long, Toby's feet touched the soft, cool grass once more. He settled by the edge of the pond, his eyes still sparkling with wonder as he absorbed every detail of his brief, wondrous journey. Bella fluttered down beside him, perching lightly on a nearby rock. "Toby," she said in a warm, reassuring tone, "today you have experienced the sky, and though it was only for a little while, I hope it has filled your heart with joy." Toby smiled broadly, his eyes reflecting both gratitude and newfound understanding. "Bella, I have always known that every creature has its own path, but today I have learned that even dreams that seem impossible can come true when we help each other. I may never fly like you, but I now know that I can touch the sky in my own way." In the days that followed, Toby's tale spread throughout the pond and the surrounding forest. Creatures of all shapes and sizes came to listen to his story, marveling at how a humble turtle had experienced a glimpse of the heavens. His adventure became a cherished legend, a gentle reminder that every being has its own unique gifts and that the beauty of life lies in embracing our differences. Toby's experience also deepened the bond between the creatures of the pond and the birds above. Bella and her companions continued to visit Toby, sharing stories of their journeys through the skies while listening to his thoughtful observations of life by the water. In this harmonious exchange, both sides learned the value of perspective, cooperation, and mutual respect. And so, life at the pond carried on, enriched by the memory of that magical day. Toby resumed his gentle wanderings along the water's edge, his heart light and his spirit renewed. He still marveled at the sky, not with longing, but with a deep appreciation for the wonder of being exactly who he was, a wise, steady turtle with a story of flight to tell. Moral of the story ***. Every creature has its own special gifts. While it is natural to dream of doing things that seem out of reach, true happiness comes from embracing who you are. With the kindness of friends and the magic of shared dreams, we learn that even if we cannot change our nature, we can still experience moments of wonder. Cherish your uniqueness, and remember that every heart has its own way of touching the sky.